Logan here with Southern Utah Outriders YouTube channel. We are out here in the mountains of Southern Utah. We're going to be doing a solo trip today. We're going to be shed hunting, riding horses, eating amazing food. Come along with me. You're going to enjoy this video. Oreo is out for the count for at least a month, so we're gonna grab Spork. You got Ace that's coming up right now, and then Spork's right behind him. So we're gonna ride Spork today. Walks up like a puppy dog, and then you can just catch him. That is the one thing that I love about Spork. Dude, he's so easy to catch. He literally just put his nose down and all right, we are all loaded up. We've got Spork today that I'm taking. I'm actually doing a solo trip today. I'm gonna be hitting some half and half, some deer country and some elk country, but gonna be shed hunting majority of the day today. And it's actually a really hot week this week in Southern Utah. Like it's like 60 degrees right now, so it's like t-shirt weather. So I'm gonna go see if I can ground something up, but it's gonna be fun. Got Spork all saddled up, and now we're gonna go hit some country. I'm hoping I can get it in about 10 miles today, so we'll see what we can come up with. I hope I can find some sheds. Even though it's really good weather today, man, that wind is gnarly. But we're on Spork today, like I said, and we're gonna shoot for 10 miles today, but I only have a few hours today. So my brother-in-law, he plays for state this weekend, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film anything, so we're doing this a little bit earlier in the week, but hopefully we can get some great content for you guys. I was thinking of this on the way out to area, on why I get so excited when I'm in the truck on the way. And I think a lot of the reasons why I love shed hunting so much, just anything outdoors, to be honest, is the excitement of the what if. Like, what am I gonna run into? Like, am I gonna be able to run into like a giant buck or bull elk, or am I gonna run into like a big shed, or any sheds, or something crazy might happen? And I think the excitement of just the what if always gets me pumped. I don't know about you guys, but that was on my mind when liking the area that we're in. Pressure up right there. That was just barely within the last like 30 days. The thing that I'm finding more and more about shed hunting is you can go to the same spot, make sure you have your onyx set up, and you're covering country that you haven't hit, and you're getting as close to the lines as possible. You can like, in one area, for example, I pulled out like 10 sheds, and 2 or 3 times that I went to that same spot, just from following my tracks and then hitting new country. But so we're gonna try the same thing again, see if we can pull anything more out. Another fresh rub. What I'm kind of doing, I'm just zigzagging. I'll go like 50 to 100 yards north, and then I'll go zigzag all the way back, and then try to just cover a lot of this low stuff, because I always have so much success on the lower sagebrush for deer horns, especially brownies and stuff. But so far nothing. Lots and lots of sign, rubs, I mean everything that you need, so bound to happen if they're in here. There's a kill. Looks like that looks like a freaking elk. I don't smell anything, but yeah, that looked like an elk. Look at this. Look at this rub. Wowza. That got tore up. I think it was just deer. I didn't see any bull tracks, but I didn't get a good look either, so. Old Spork's wanting to run. Ain't listening very good. When you're making your way up a steep mountain, you want to make sure that you're zigzagging all the way through, because if you just go straight up the hill, your torch is going to tire out so fast. So you want to zigzag up and down. Made it to the top of the ridge, and because I wasn't seeing too much sign, and then once I got to the top, I'm actually seeing quite a bit of sign through this stuff. But made it to the top. Before I run out of time. Old bull sign right there on top of this ridge, which is a great sign. Just kidding. It's probably picked up. This area has been hit quite a bit, but we can't find them all. I'm gonna zigzag this area for just a second. I just saw a massive rub over here, so I'm gonna zigzag just for a sec. I dropped down into this little ridge on the side of the ridge and see if there's anything just hiding around. I don't know, we'll see. Monster rub. There's old elk sign here, but nothing fresh. Gonna take a little rest right here for a second. He's kind of dying a little bit, but other than that wind, it's a beautiful day. But that's the thing about southern Utah, is we are known for having really, really great weather, but the only thing that destroys it is the wind. Like, you could have such a beautiful day and then 50-mile-an-hour freaking winds. It sucks. Now we're in some fresh bull sign. There's some over there. So they're in here. But we're too early for, way too early for elk sheds to be dropping. But I hope I can find like a hard white, maybe last year's. That'd be sweet. When you get on top of these flats and you start seeing elk sign everywhere, you could literally spend like 6 hours just combing through all this stuff, and there's just so much country. Like, it would take you a while to zigzag through all these flats, this area. Well, guess who's striking again? I almost swore, but I'm not going to. But the 2-point king is again here, baby. Let's go! Dude, it's a skill, fine art, to be able to find these 2 points. Tell you what. But hey, I will take it. He's not a bad 2-point, but he's still a 2-point. Looks like it was last year's. He's just up in these flat mesas with these elk. But hey, we're on the board. Let's go. All right, let's hop back on. There we go. We on the board, baby. It's a 2-point, but hey, a shed is a shed. I'm gonna kind of zigzag this area here. Looks really good. Might be more, I don't know. There's a rub. So they've got to be just chilling in here and just fighting and oh my gosh. I am not gonna lie, I really miss Oreo today. Old Spork is just a reining horse that we just started taking with us because we needed an extra horse, and so he's not as sure-footed and he don't like to listen at all, so we've been having to kick his butt this whole freaking ride, basically. Another fresh rub. I don't see any tracks that are fresh though, so it must have been a little while. I can find 2 points. Let's see if old Logie Bear can find an elkhorn. My original plan was to head south to a spot where I already picked up an elk shed. I'll link that video in the description. But I was with my brother-in-law and he found it. So I was originally gonna go there because we missed so many spots. But this kind of looks good. So I'm gonna try this out for a minute and see what we can come up with and see if there's like any sign. It's still similar to the other spot, but and I know there's a lot of elk that live here. Seeing a lot of rubs, which is a good sign. I'm gonna start heading up on this ridge here, trying to get Spork to stop being a dink. Yeah. But he's doing good. We're gonna start heading down this ridge here, and then I'm gonna try to follow. I'm gonna get to this other ridge and then see how it goes. Did find a ridge that I want to go down, but I'm gonna have to kind of be down at this hill here. But so far all I'm seeing is just a billion kajillion freaking rocks. So I'm gonna go over here, try this spot. I gotta start heading back to the truck, but I'm gonna grab some dinner today. I've got a breakfast for dinner, so I'll show you guys here in a second. But I'm gonna eat real quick and then I'm gonna start heading back to the truck. Like I said, today's gonna be more of like a short trip, but let's see if we can get some let's see if we can get some more luck. But I want to find an elkhorn super bad, and I was hoping this area that I beelined off to would have more sign, but I'm on some lower stuff right now, so we'll see if that's better. But let's eat real quick. Got a Mountain House today. Gonna try these guys out. Got the breakfast skillet. Like I said, doing some breakfast for dinner, but running it on the jet boil. So let's get started. Nice and cool in these deep canyons. Give that a nice stir. And then let it sit for 10 minutes. All right, she's all done up. Mountain House breakfast skillet. First bite. Hot. That's so hot. So good though. Dang, that's way good, actually. It's hot though, jeez. I would give Mountain House breakfast skillet an 8.7 out of 10. Not my favorite, but it still is really good. $28 grams of protein. Perfect meal on the mountain. Old Spork, he's a little tired. I think I need to adjust his bit, actually. All done. Now we gotta beeline it back to the truck. But there's this ridge over here that I want to hit, and we are going through some good stuff right here. So we're gonna hop on Spork and then hightail it back to the truck. But 8.7 out of 10. That was really good. Back on Spork. Now we're gonna head to this other ridge that I want to hit. See if we can get some luck on the way back to the truck. But it's been a good day. At least, regardless of what happens the rest of the trip, at least we got a 2-pointer. Let's go. Found some elk sign, which is good. So they're sitting at about, I forgot to check my Onyx, but I think they're sitting about 6,000. Oh, there's a rub over there. 5,000? I don't know. Look at this rub over here. And then there's one right behind it. Through that tree. You can't really see it actually right there, but go over here. Show you. Look at that. Tore up. This looks pretty fresh, this rub. Seems like they just tore that up just barely. Ouch. There's a little deer trail that's going through here. Just falls right there. So I'm gonna stay on this for a minute. See if I can't come across the brownie deer horn. Really excited about this flat right here. Lots of rubs. And I'm even seeing some sign too. So, really excited to see. I'm kind of like gonna zigzag a little bit. But there's a rub right here. It's kind of older too, which kind of made it to the top of this ridge here, but I wanted to check out this like grassier flat area just to see if there's anything on this. I kind of want to stay on this this flat here, because this is all really good stuff. I wish I had more people with me on top of this flat. There's so much country. I'm trying to zigzag as much as I can, but I really gotta get back to the truck before it gets too dark. But if I'm gonna find an elk horn, it's gotta be right here. And that is what the goal of today is, to find, is a fetching elk horn. Oh, there's a tree right there. I wasn't paying attention. You just wonder how many sheds you walk past that could be within 10 yards of you. I wonder what that number would be. It'd probably make me sick in my stomach. But I bet you I just come within 10 plus yards of sheds and just miss them. Another rub. Trying to get that first brownie of the year. Now we're off the high ground, and now we're in this sagebrush, in these sagebrush flats. But I always have a ton of luck on this stuff. So I'm hoping I can get my first brownie on the board for a deer horn. So, oh, I think I see one. And if it is one, guys, it is another dink. Nothing. Well, we made it to the flats, and now we're heading back to the truck right now, but I'm gonna go cover a little bit more country before I head out and see if I can drum up anything else for you guys. But that's the thing with shed hunting, you know, like, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows, as Rocky Balboa says. You just keep on going, and you never give up, and you enjoy the opportunity that you have to even be out in the mountains and doing something like this. And so, a lot of gratitude for being able to do this. A lot of times at the bottom of these washouts, this is where I typically find like a lot of deadheads. Because coyotes or lions or whoever will drag them down into these things to try to hide them, shelter them. Dude, we're on the board, baby. We got a nice 3-point right here. Dude, I told you on these flats, dude, I get so much success. That's their feeding area, and I heard this from one of my buddies, but he said that, you know, bucks are just the laziest SOBs ever, man. But let's go, we're on the freaking board, dude. 3-point. Hey, on the way back to the truck, look. Let's go. All right, here's the pickup. He's a little chalked. Yeah, he's starting to get a little pink. So he's been here a while. But 3-point baby on the board. Not a bad day. 2 sheds on the board. Man, they're not big. They're not big, like they are teeny, but a shed is a shed. And this has been an awesome day so far. I just found the weirdest thing. So I found a dead carcass, but then when you go over to this head, somebody cut the horns off. So you can see how they came and cut the horns off. So, and this is pretty recent. This is crazy. I've never seen that before. I don't know if it was poached. I don't know, but I've never seen that before. That's crazy. We are to the video where we're gonna cover the one thing I want you guys to implement this week. Sorry, I thought I saw a shed or something, but just seeing things. So the thing that I want you guys to implement this week is the concept walk in faith. And I'm a very religious person, and this term has been used for a huge portion of my life. And it basically means, like, the opposite of faith is fear. It's like when you're so fearful of doing anything, and you're scared, you don't trust, you don't believe, you don't have all those things that we need, you know, as human beings. It's walking in faith. It's being willing, no matter how scary or how hard or how much you think that you could take, or if there's just too much that's going on in your life and you're on the border of like wanting to give up, and you know, you don't want to do anything anymore. I encourage you to walk in faith. Just one more step. That's all it takes. It's just one more step to get closer and closer and closer until you're able to overcome. And it's just way better to operate in this life when you're willing to just walk in faith. You're willing to just trust in the Lord and just believe that He's got a specific plan for you. But that's the one thing to implement this week. Do a little bit more of walking in faith, and don't let fear be the dictator of why you don't do a lot of things, or why you're in a bad mood, or why you're doing XYZ, just whatever. But thank you guys for tagging along on this this vlog today. We had a little bit of success, so it's been sweet. Last thing before I head back to the truck, I'm about there, but I'm just zigzagging this lower sagebrush. You can pull a lot of deer horns on this lower sagebrush stuff, but you've got to zigzag like a lot, and that's what we're doing right now as I'm like heading on my way back to the truck. So we're just seeing if we can get 3 horns on the board. That was absolutely wild. That's the only thing that I can think of is somebody shot it and then cut off the horns, or found the dead head and then cut it off. But that doesn't add up though, because why would you cut the horns off? Like, why not just report it and take the whole dead head, you know? So I reported it, so I don't know what will come out of it, but you never know what happened. Old Spork sees the truck. He's starting to speed up. Well, that wraps up another video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's horse ride as we went shed hunting in southern Utah. And I really enjoy putting together these videos, and I hope you guys know that I put a lot of work into these. But if you enjoyed the content, you enjoyed today, and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting these videos every single Sunday morning or afternoon. But thanks for tagging along, and we'll see you in the next one.